Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to show you guys how I created a very happy accident. I was not meaning to do this at all, but it turned out really cute and I'm going to try to recreate it for you guys. I'm going to call it a Crackled foil tumbler. So my intent was to play around with my new foils one day, and I was wanting to do a full foil wrap. My brain wasn't thinking, and I tried to use a 20-ounce tapered tumbler. And of course it didn't lay smooth and it came out so crackled, and I was like, I love this. So I'm going to be using another tapered tumbler, hoping that I can achieve the same look. Now, this is a 20-ounce modern tumbler from Courtney's Customs Blanks, and this paint job is atrocious, okay? I've talked about this a lot. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it here on YouTube, but I know I've talked to my Patreon members about it. Rust-Oleum, they've always been my go-to. I don't know what is going on with them, but here lately their spray paint is a little wonky. So this paint job, I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but it's a rough one. But this is going to be the base that you can see like the crackle coming through. And the color of this spray paint is Vintage Blush. So this is the foil I am going to use. It is of course from the Glitter Grind. It is a beautiful purpley like tie-dye bleach. I'm not really sure what to call it. I think they call it a tie-dye, but I think it kind of looks like bleach spots, but it's really, really super pretty. And let me grab my adhesive. This is the foil adhesive, also from the Glitter Grind, and I'm going to be applying it with my handy dandy makeup brush. It is stained all to heck, but it is clean. I will also be adding a glittered ombre to the bottom. I am so excited. Let's hope I can recreate this happy accident. Let's get started. So I'm taking my foil adhesive. Let me give it a little shake. And I'm going to apply it all over the tumbler. Now, whenever you apply this stuff, you want to do a very light coat. So just what I have on the brush and I'm putting all over the tumbler now, that's the extent of what I'm going to add. I'm not going to add any more. I might actually try to scrape some off. I don't know why I just put some there. I have a habit of covering the entire tumbler, and that's what I want to do, but I didn't want to cover the bottom. So let's ignore that. Glitter is going to be down there, not foil. So I am covering the entire tumbler. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is not only covered, but it's even. There's no like globs. It's not running anywhere because, like I said, you want to do a very thin coat. Now, I'm pretty satisfied with the way it looks, so I am going to set this in front of my heater for about 20 seconds or so, let it all dry clear, and then I will be back. Okay, now that this is dried clear, I'm going to take this piece of foil and just wrap it around like so. Now notice it is crinkly. That is what we want. And there is a piece back here. I know I have, well, I could just use the top here. I'm going to cut this off and use the scrap to lay across this blank spot here. So it's super crinkly. That's what we want. Now I am going to let this sit in front of my heater again for about another 20 seconds and then come back and peel it off. All right, now I'm just going to immediately start peeling this off. And we're just left with a crackled foil mess, and I love it. So now I am just going through and making sure that everything is laying down flat because some of it tried to come off with the rest of it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is come through with my Mod Podge, and I just washed that makeup brush that I used for the foil adhesive. I washed it in soap and water, so it is good and clean again. But I am going to come through with Mod Podge and cover, not the entire tumbler. I don't want my ombre to go up this far, but I'm putting the Mod Podge up way further than I want the ombre to go because I don't want the ombre to stop very abruptly. I want it to look natural. I'm going in with Dancing After Dark from the Glitter Grind. I think this is so pretty. I love chunky mixes, and this is a beautiful one. And I am covering the bottom, and then I'm covering about an inch of the bottom rim, tilting my tumbler holding my glitter shaker up kind of high and just very gently shaking some glitter out of there and letting it naturally fall down. The more you tilt your tumbler, the further down your glitter is going to fall. So I'm just trying to make sure that it looks like a good natural ombre. And we'll be able to see it a lot better once that Mod Podge up here dries. But see, that's why I put the Mod Podge so far up, because if I would have just put it like right here where I initially wanted the ombre to stop, I feel like it would have just looked more like a line instead of having a few pieces, you know, straggle down to make it look more natural. So once this Mod Podge dries, I will come back and give you a better look. Alright, so now I'm just going to take a piece of wax paper and very gently press down all over that chunky glitter. And this is because chunky glitter does not lay flat on a tumbler like whenever you lay down like an ultra fine glitter. So pushing this down and helping it lay flat, you're going to lose some excess, but obviously not a ton. It doesn't look like it really affected this much. But this is going to prevent me from having to do like excessive amounts of sanding after a coat of epoxy, or have like these pieces of glitter that are sticking up and become like rough and stabby, I guess I could say. So just lay all of your glitter down flat, tap off the excess, and then once you are sure that everything, you can like lay it sideways and look and see that everything looks like it's laying down pretty good and flat, then I'm going to take it outside, spray it really good, just the whole thing, with 2 times Rust-Oleum Clear, and then I will add 1 coat of epoxy and come back for the decal. Okay, so now there is 1 coat of epoxy over this tumbler, and this is still just a little bit rough. Let me stop. Please excuse my hands look black. Okay, I don't know if you can see it really well on camera, but I have like black all over my hands. I went outside to spray paint a tumbler and I used black spray paint. I did not put gloves on and it was windy. So if you're looking at my hands like, what is that? It's black spray paint. Anywho, so I'm going to sand the bottom of this tumbler down really good and then put the decal on. Let me show you the decal. I am doing an offset. This is, you can't see it, but this is, it says Fur Mama with a little paw print. I think it's so cute. I was trying to figure out what kind of decal to put on it, and I haven't done a Fur Mama tumbler in a very long time. So this purple holographic vinyl is from my website. I love it. It is so pretty, and I'm going to use an offset with white behind it. So here we go. This is an 80 grit sanding block, and it's not as gritty as it was. I need a new one, but this is an 80 grit from Amazon. So I am going to start by putting on the background of the offset onto the tumbler. And I'm going to use my cup cradle here from Bama Cups to hold my cup nice and steady, because I struggle with that. I will have a link for Bama Cups down in my description, and you can use code Courtney for 10% off, and that's the cup cradles, the cup turners, anything but the epoxy. I don't know if he still has the epoxy on his website, but the code will not work for the epoxy. You can still buy some though. Now I'm just going to center this up and lay it right over top. Cute! Now I'm going to pop this on my turner from Bama Cups, add 2 coats of epoxy, and I will come back to show you the finished result. Alright you guys, so after some epoxy, this is done, and I think this is such a really cool and different method to use foils with. And here's the other one, the one that was my first initial like accident. It's a little more put together crackled, and this one is obviously a lot more crackled and distressed looking, but I love them both. It was a happy accident, and I plan on making several more. Before I go, like always, I do have y'all's cup of positivity for the day, and today's quote is, "I will go anywhere as long as it's forward." That was said by David Livingston. that's all I have for y'all today. I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Happy accidents sometimes are just like the best creations. So like always, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Be kind, love one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!